Cheetahs, the uncrowded kings of speed, the ghost of the grasslands. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a vast, golden grassland. The sun has just touched the horizon. The air is still, almost too still. You hear nothing but the soft rustle of dry grass, then a flicker, a shape. Not a sound, just movement. Something erupts from the earth. It doesn't run, it explodes. 30 meters in 1 second, a blur of gold and black spots. A tail stretched like a whip. And beneath the eyes, 2 dark, tear-like streaks carved into the face. For subtitles, please enable the CC option at the top of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us. We truly hope you enjoy watching this video. That creature is not a leopard, not a lion. It is the cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, but speed is only part of the story. Behind those tear marks lies a life of extremes, breathtaking power, heartbreaking fragility, and a quiet war against extinction. In the next half hour, we will walk with the cheetah. From its first breath in a hidden den to the explosive chase that decides life or death. We'll uncover secrets hidden in its bones, its claws, and even its genes. We'll travel from the plains of Africa to the palaces of Mughal emperors who once hunted with these cats. And finally, we'll face an uncomfortable question. Can the fastest creature on Earth outrun its own extinction? So find a comfortable place. Turn off distractions. And listen, because the cheetah's story is not just a nature documentary. It's a mirror held up to beauty, vulnerability, and the price of being extraordinary. Anatomy of a bullet, how speed is built. Let's start with the most obvious question. How fast is fast? A cheetah can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. That's 62 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. To put that in perspective, most supercars take longer. In 3 seconds, a cheetah covers 100 meters, roughly the length of a football pitch. But numbers don't capture the poetry. Let me describe what actually happens inside that body. First, the spine. A cheetah's spine is incredibly flexible, more like a spring than a bone. When it runs, the spine compresses and expands like an accordion. At full stretch, the cheetah's front legs reach far forward while the back legs push beyond the hips. For a split second, all 4 paws leave the ground. Then they touch down again, only to launch once more. This cycle, called the stretch and rebound, happens 4 times per second. 4 times per second. Now the legs. A cheetah has long, slender limbs, almost fragile-looking, but built for leverage. The claws are the real secret. Unlike other big cats, cheetahs cannot fully retract their claws. Their claws act like permanent running spikes or football cleats, digging into the dirt for maximum grip during sharp turns. And the tail. That long, muscular tail isn't for balance alone, it's a rudder. During a high-speed chase, the cheetah swings its tail like a counterweight when the prey suddenly changes direction. Without that tail, the cheetah would spin out like a car without power steering. But here's the catch. All this power comes at a terrible cost. The cheetah's body overheats within 30 seconds of maximum sprint. Its brain temperature rises dangerously. After a chase, the cheetah must lie down, pant heavily, and rest for up to 20 minutes before it can even eat. In that vulnerable moment, any lion, hyena, or leopard can walk up and steal its kill. So speed is not a gift, it's a gamble. Every chase risks everything. The face of tears. What those marks really mean. Now look at the cheetah's face. Those 2 black lines running from the inner corners of the eyes down to the mouth. They look like tears frozen in place. For centuries, African folklore called them the marks of sorrow. One Maasai story says that a mother cheetah once lost all her cubs to a lion. She cried for so long that the tears carved permanent rivers into her face. The Great Spirit, touched by her grief, gave her speed as compensation, but left the tear marks as a reminder. Science has a less poetic but equally fascinating explanation. Those black lines reduce glare from the sun. Just like the black smudges that American football players put under their eyes, the cheetah's tear marks absorb sunlight, stopping it from reflecting into the eyes. This allows the cheetah to track its prey across bright grasslands without squinting or losing sight. But I prefer the Maasai story, because the cheetah truly is an animal of sorrow. Despite its power, it is one of the most anxious, fragile, and unsuccessful hunters of all big cats. Let that sink in. The fastest animal on Earth fails in more than half of its chases. Studies show that cheetahs succeed in only 40 to 50% of hunts. Lions succeed 25%. Leopards, about 38%. So cheetahs are actually above average, but they lose most of their kills to stronger thieves. A cheetah kills a Thompson's gazelle after a sprint that burns calories like a marathon runner. Then, panting and helpless, it watches a hyena approach. What does it do? It walks away. Threat display is useless. The cheetah's lightweight body cannot fight. Its small teeth cannot crush bone. Its jaws are built for gripping a throat, not breaking a spine, so the cheetah retreats, often hungry, often exhausted. That perhaps is the real meaning of the tear marks. The face of an animal that gives everything, only to have it taken away. The cub's deadly first year. Let's rewind. Before the chase, before the speed, there is the den. A female cheetah gives birth to 3 to 5 cubs, sometimes up to 8. They are born blind, helpless, and covered in a strange grayish fur that looks nothing like an adult's spots. That fur is a disguise. It mimics the look of a honey badger, one of the most aggressive animals in Africa. A predator seeing that fur might think twice. For the first 6 weeks, the mother moves the cubs every few days to avoid attracting predators. She leaves them hidden in tall grass or rocky crevices while she hunts. But here is the tragedy. In the wild, up to 90% of cheetah cubs die before they reach 3 months old. Lions kill them. Hyenas kill them. Even eagles and jackals take them. But the biggest killer is not a predator. It's the mother's own need to hunt. Every time she leaves to find food, the cubs are alone. And the savannah is merciless. Those who survive learn by watching. At 6 weeks, they begin following her on short walks. At 3 months, they start chasing each other, practice sprints, play fighting, tumbling over each other's tails. By 6 months, they join real hunts. At first, they get in the way. They rush too soon, make noise, scare the prey. But slowly, they learn. Then, at around 14 to 18 months, the mother leaves them. She goes off to mate again. The siblings, now young cheetahs, stay together for another 6 months. This brotherhood or sisterhood is essential. 2 young cheetahs hunt better than one. They share kills, watch for danger, and learn together. Eventually, the sisters leave first, going off to have their own cubs. The brothers sometimes stay together for life, forming coalitions of 2 or 3. These male alliances are rare among cats. They allow cheetahs to defend territory against larger predators. But even in alliance, the odds are brutal. In the Serengeti, only 5% of cheetahs live past 5 years. The average lifespan in the wild is just 8 to 10 years. In captivity, they can reach 17, but that is a different, sadder story. The human shadow, from emperor to endangered. Now we must talk about us. Humans. The cheetah's relationship with humans is ancient and strange. Unlike lions or tigers, cheetahs were never man-eaters. They do not see humans as prey. But for thousands of years, powerful humans saw cheetahs as status symbols. Ancient Egyptians kept cheetahs as pets. Tomb paintings from 3000 BCE show leashed cheetahs sitting beside pharaohs. In Persia, modern-day Iran, the word cheetah itself comes from the Hindi word cheetah, meaning spotted one. Persian and Mughal emperors hunted with trained cheetahs. They would blindfold the cheetah, carry it on a horse cart, and then release it near game. The cheetah would chase, kill, and return not out of loyalty, but out of instinct. Akbar the Great, the Mughal emperor, is said to have collected over 1,000 cheetahs. He even built special breeding camps, the first recorded attempt to breed cheetahs in captivity. They failed. They always fail. For centuries, no one could breed cheetahs in captivity successfully. The first successful captive birth happened in 1956, less than 70 years ago. Even today, cheetahs in zoos have difficulty mating. They are, in a word, picky, but the real damage began in the 20th century. Farmers in Africa and Iran saw cheetahs as threats to livestock. They shot them, poisoned them, and trapped them. Meanwhile, the fashion industry discovered cheetah fur. In the 1960s and 70s, cheetah coats were symbols of luxury and glamour. One coat required 5 to 6 cheetah skins. Add habitat loss. Add climate change drying up water sources. Add roads cutting through migration routes. And by 1900, the cheetah had vanished from 20 countries. Today, fewer than 7,000 cheetahs remain in the wild, and most of them live outside protected reserves, on farmlands or community lands. The cheetah is now classified as vulnerable by the IUCN, but that word is dangerously misleading. In Asia, the cheetah is almost extinct. The Iranian cheetah, a unique subspecies, has fewer than 50 individuals left. If they disappear, the entire Asian lineage dies with them. The genetic bottleneck, why cheetahs are all cousins here, is a shocking fact. Cheetahs are nearly genetically identical. Most cheetahs can accept skin grafts from any other cheetah without rejection. That is unheard of in wild mammals. For humans, you need a close relative. For cheetahs, any stranger will do. This tells us that cheetahs went through a genetic bottleneck about 10,000 to 12,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age. Something happened, a massive climate shift, a disease or human hunting that reduced the global cheetah population to perhaps a handful of individuals. Maybe as few as 7 cheetahs. All cheetahs alive today are descended from that tiny group. They are, in effect, cousins. That means low genetic diversity. Low diversity leads to high cub mortality, low sperm quality in males, vulnerability to disease, and difficulty adapting to environmental change. In the 1980s, a single virus, feline infectious peritonitis, killed nearly 60% of captive cheetahs in North America. No other cat species was hit that hard, because cheetahs had no genetic variation to fight it. So the cheetah's greatest enemy is not lions, not humans, it is its own shallow gene pool. And we cannot fix that quickly. Nature takes thousands of years to build diversity. Humans cannot engineer it back in a decade. Can the fastest run away from the end? So where does that leave us? We began with a beautiful blur of speed and spots. We learned that the cheetah is a paradox, the most specialized hunter yet the most vulnerable, a creature of explosive power yet gentle enough that it has never attacked a human in the wild without extreme provocation. A mother who loses 9 out of 10 cubs but keeps trying. The cheetah does not roar. It purrs. It chirps like a bird. It mews. These sounds belong to a small cat, a house cat, trapped in a big cat's body. And that is the cheetah's tragedy. It was built for a world that no longer exists. A world of endless grasslands, of millions of gazelles, of no fences, no roads, no farmers with rifles. But let me end not with tragedy, but with a question. We humans are also runners. We evolved to chase prey across savannas, not with speed, but with endurance. We are the only animal that can outrun a horse in a marathon on a hot day. Our superpower is not speed, it is persistence. The cheetah's world is shrinking. But our world, the human world, has grown large enough to make a choice. Conservationists are working. In Namibia, the Cheetah Conservation Fund uses livestock guard dogs, Anatolian shepherds, to protect farms so farmers don't shoot cheetahs. In Iran, rangers risk their lives to protect the last Asiatic cheetahs. In zoos, scientists are mapping the cheetah genome, hopping to unlock resilience. But none of that works without one thing: attention. Without you caring that a cat with tear-streaked eyes is disappearing, the cheetah will never outrun a bullet. It will never outrun a plow. But maybe, just maybe, it can outrun extinction if enough people hear its story. So the next time you see a cheetah on a screen, in a photograph, or if you are very lucky in the golden light of an African morning, look past the speed. Look at the tear marks. And remember, those tears are not just survival. They are a question, and the answer is still being written. Thank you for listening. And before you click away, let me say something from the heart. You just spent 30 minutes with me in the world of the cheetah. You learned about its spine that springs like a bow, its tears that glare fight the sun, its cubs that die in the grass, and its genes that whisper the same old song over and over again. But here's the thing. This video, this story, only matters if it moves you to do something small. So here is my humble request. If you learned one new thing about cheetahs today, just one, please hit the like button. That little thumbs up tells YouTube, hey, this kind of storytelling matters. More of this, please. Trust me, the algorithm listens. If you want more deep dives into the lives of Earth's most extraordinary creatures, subscribe. Tap that red button. And don't forget the bell, the notification bell, because I don't upload random content. When I upload, it's because I've spent hours researching, writing, and trying to bring you stories that make you feel something real. And share this video. Send it to one person who loves animals or nature, or who needs a reminder that beauty and fragility live in the same body. Share it on your Instagram story. Copy the link into a WhatsApp group. Because the cheetah doesn't have a PR team. It has you. It has us. What's coming next and community love also, I want to hear from you. Down in the comments, yes, those comments tell me. Backhand index pointing right, what animal should I cover next? The wolf, the octopus, the polar bear, or maybe the secret life of vultures, ugly but fascinating, I promise. And for those of you who have been here since my first videos, you know who you are, thank you. You're the reason I spend late nights writing scripts like this. You're the reason I care about getting the science right and the emotion even righter. Final call to action, no, really, do it now, so go ahead. Pause the video if you need to, like. Subscribe, hit the bell, share, then come back because I've got more stories where this came from. Stories from the savannah, the deep ocean, the frozen tundra, and the dark canopy of the jungle. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind. And remember, speed is impressive, but survival is everything. This is Nature Pals signing off. See you in the next one. Keep running, keep caring, keep subscribing. Like, if you love cheetahs, subscribe. For more wildlife stories, share. Be the reason someone learned something new today, comment. What animal next?